Once upon a time, in a kingdom called Sundar, there lived a poor and old man. Despite his humble life, even the king of the kingdom envied him. Something extraordinary happened one day that made the old man famous throughout the entire state in no time. This story is about that old man who earned his living by selling firewood from the forest. Though he was poor, he was widely known for his wise yet peculiar words and for owning a magnificent white horse. This horse was unlike any other in the kingdom or even in the neighboring states. Its beauty was unmatched, and its presence was so extraordinary that it even stirred jealousy in the heart of the king. Many wealthy people offered the old man huge sums of money for the horse. Even the king himself tempted the man with gold coins on several occasions. However, the old man was unwavering in his response. "This horse is not just an animal, it is a member of my family. It is not a possession to be sold for money. I cannot trade a family member out of greed." One morning, the old man discovered that the horse was missing from the stable. He searched everywhere, asking people in the village, but no one had seen it. The news spread quickly throughout the state. A crowd gathered around the old man, and people began to gossip. "How could you expect to keep such a valuable horse safe? You're old and weak," one man mocked. Another laughed and said, "We always knew this would happen. If you had sold the horse to the king, you would have been rich and spent your old age in comfort. Now look at you, what a tragedy." Despite their harsh words and mockery, the old man remained calm. He didn't respond with anger or sadness. Instead, he said just one thing: "Whatever happens, everything is fine," the old man calmly said. "The only truth is that the horse is no longer in the stable. The rest we will see as it unfolds." A month passed after the horse went missing. Then, one night, the horse returned. But it wasn't alone. To everyone's surprise, the horse had brought with it a dozen more wild horses of the same breed. The news spread like wildfire throughout the state, and people gathered to witness the miracle. "You were right," they exclaimed to the old man. "Losing the horse wasn't a misfortune. It turned out to be a blessing. Your luck has changed, and now you can become a successful horse trader." The old man remained calm and replied, "The truth is, my horse has returned with 12 more. Whatever happens, everything is fine. The rest we will see in due time." The old man's son began training the wild horses. However, just 3 days later, he fell from one of the horses and broke his leg. Once again, the people gathered, shaking their heads in pity. "What terrible luck," they said. "Gaining 12 horses wasn't a blessing after all. It has turned into a curse. Your son has broken his leg. How will he work now? How will he marry? Poor man, you are truly unlucky." But the old man was unaffected by their words. He replied, "The truth is, my son has broken his leg. It's also true that now I'll need to help him more in his daily life. Whatever happens, everything is fine. The rest we will see." Sometime later, the kingdom was attacked by a powerful enemy army. The king, desperate to defend his land, issued a decree that all able-bodied young men must join the army. Many young men were forcibly conscripted, leaving their families behind in grief. However, the old man's son was spared because of his broken leg. The people once again gathered at the old man's house, this time in tears. "You were right," they said. "Your son's broken leg has turned out to be a blessing. He is safe at home, while our sons have been sent to war. We don't even know if they'll return. But how do you remain so calm and steady through all this? How do you stay the same in both joy and sorrow?" The old man smiled gently and replied, "First, understand the truth. The only truth is that your sons have gone to serve the kingdom. Whether it is a blessing or a misfortune, no one knows. Until you stop labeling events as good or bad, you will continue to suffer. Will worry about fate? Instead, focus on your actions and thoughts. Live in the present moment and find happiness in what you have. Gains, losses, good fortune or bad luck, these are all just small parts of life. Just as you cannot understand an entire book by reading a single line, you cannot decide whether life is good or bad based on one event. We often form opinions about things beyond our control, and in doing so, we create unnecessary pain for ourselves. Don't waste your energy drawing conclusions about small incidents. Stay in the moment. Life exists in this moment. Focus on your work and what truly matters to you. Don't pay attention to what others say, whether they praise you or criticize you. If you let their words affect you, your mind will lose its peace. Instead, concentrate on the things that bring you inner happiness and purpose. The people left the old man's house deep in thought, carrying his wisdom with them.